All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've realized that we have already looked at number J, which is the annexure to the pro forma report, the first annexure to the pro forma report. But I think what I forgot to highlight here, because this is a pro forma that is listing the taxes, I think what I forgot to highlight here was that even though I see it as important that the resolution is included for purposes of this application, and the council or the council stamp is also included, I felt like omitting the resolution of the council, the resolution number of the council, was one of the oversight steps, but nevertheless it doesn't jeopardizes the process to be followed. But I just felt like including the resolution of the council the resolution number of the council should have been an important step in dealing with these items here. Okay, I think now we are ready to go to the second annexure, annexure B. Annexure B is almost the same as annexure A, but here we're dealing with the approval where there are no taxes before. Okay, so it's a new tax application, and it more or less deals with most of the issues that we have dealt with. And what is important here is that the council confirms that there were no taxes levied by the municipality that existed prior to the enactment of the MFPFA. Then includes the date and the stamp. Okay, so this part of the annexure is the confirmation, and this part of the annexure J is the approval of the previous taxes. So that's where these two annexures significantly differ there. So then that takes care of K. Let us go now to I just want to check I think here in circular, I think what we missed to cover in this circular, that is circular number 2, circular number 2, the verification of municipality taxes that existed to the introduction of the Municipal Fiscal Powers and Functions Act, is to state that the time frames that are coming, the time frames that are coming to be dealt with in section 12 do necessitate that this circular mentions circular number 48. This annexure, this circular mentions circular 48 of the MFMA. All right. So in dealing with section 12 of the MFPFA, we need to deal with circular number 48 of MFMA. I think that one was crucially important. So we have dealt with K, where the council confirms that there are no previous taxes. Now let us go to M, which is the time frames themselves. So time frames in terms of section 12, the Municipal Finance Management Act circular 48, as we have seen, referred municipalities to the provincial time frames for provisional time frames for the Section 12 process. So the municipalities are now required to undertake a number of tasks within the following time frames. Okay, so number one, we can say that the time frames are provided in terms of month. That is month 1, April to May 2009. Then a task must be done 18 June to 2009. Then 15 July to 2009. 15 July to 15 August 2009. Then 15 August 2009. 6 September 2009 and 7 September 2009 and mid-January 2010 and July 2010. There were tasks that needed to be done in all of those specific periods. Okay, so what was the first task? The first task was that the National Treasury would amend and finalize the pro forma application based on the pilots and consultation with SALGA, the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs and Professional Treasury. So in that period, National Treasury was going to be in consultation between April and May 2009. Then once that consultation is done, the National Treasury will format an electronic, it had to be an electronic pro forma application on the verification of municipality taxes. That was going to happen on the 18th of July. The verification will deal with it in Annexure 2 and Circular 2. All right. Then municipalities must finalize the electronic process. So 18 July, they forward, National Treasury forwards. Then the municipality must finalize the electronic pro forma application as well as the report and submit to the council for the adoption and to the National Treasury for analysis. But what is important is that it must reach National Treasury by the 15th of December, by the 15th of July. As soon as the council has made a resolution, the municipality is to send a formal application signed by the CFO and the municipal manager. I would have prepared to say signed by the municipal manager and the CFO, all right, to the National Treasury, accompanied by the council resolution. That should happen between the 15th and the 15th of July and the 15th of August 2009. Then National Treasury would prefer that for the municipality to submit the full completed, signed and adopted application for National Treasury for verification. That should happen on the 15th of August 2009. Okay, that is what is required by the National Treasury. Okay, on the 6th of September 2009, the final deadline for municipalities to submit the pro forma application to National Treasury compliant with this act, that is the 6th of September 2009. Then September 2009, municipality taxes where no application were made or received by National Treasury will immediately lapse or lapse there. Then mid-January, notification by Minister to A, confirm that the municipality taxes may be continued, or B, advise that municipalities taxes are not approved. Okay, that is January. Then applications, municipality may only include in their budget the taxes that were approved and may no longer impose all the disallowed municipality taxes depending on what's happening in mid-January. So that takes care of the transitional processes, as we have seen here. Okay. Yes, as we have seen here in section 12 of the Act. All right. So that takes care of M there. So now we can simply go to L. Okay. L is circular number 48 that was mentioned before. We have already mentioned that we are not gonna delve into detail about what this circular does, because it goes to a much higher extent. But this circular provides further guidelines to municipalities and municipal entities for the preparation of 2010 budget and the midterm revenue expenditure framework, that is the MTEF. All right, so that's what it does there, because remember, because of the introduction of the act, there were changes now that needed to happen on how the municipalities, the introduction of the MFPFA made it possible that there must be changes on how municipalities are doing their budget. So this circular was meant to cover that, and it really covers a whole lot of issues that must be covered together with these changes that should happen. Yes, so what is important now is this part where it says the verification of existing taxes in terms of the municipal, the MFPFA. All right, and it deals with pretty much most of the information that we have dealt with there. So hence it is important that this circular also takes into account all the things that we have mentioned, and you can see that it also repeats the same information that we have already dealt with in terms of the previous circulars. Other than that, there isn't really something sensational in this, other than the fact that it needs to. We're gonna come back to this circular when we're dealing with the MFMA and consolidating our understanding of the MFMA. But what we now know is that as far as the introduction of MFPFA, this is how far this circular requires us to go. All right, just to consider how the budget is gonna be influenced by the introduction of the act going forward there. All right, so that is how far that circular deals with that. M are the LM are the time frames. N is also an annexure to the circular. This annexure, there isn't really much we gonna do about it, because it just talks more about other things that are dealt with by circular 48. All right, and in this annexure there isn't really what we need for purposes of dealing with MFPFA in terms of that, but it deals mainly with NESA and electricity, and perhaps as we go on we'll see how that deals with the surcharges when we're dealing with the MFMA there. All right, so I think now that takes care of N. Then we go to O, that is the second annexure. This annexure, annexure 2 to MFMA, circular 2 provides updated information to municipalities and municipal entities regarding NESA ruling on the bulk price electricity, which is the bigger part of circular number 48, and the time frames to the MPFMA and section 12 of the MFPFA, it's not dealt with here. All right, but notable, it states that note that in terms of section 28(6) of the MFMA, municipal tax and tariffs may not be increased during the year. Okay, remember, municipal tax is dealt with in the MFPFA. All right, and it's giving that indication that municipality taxes may not be increased during the year, but it doesn't state that municipal tax and tariffs may not be decreased during the year. All right, it's talking about an increase there. Okay, P, which is the last part of this video, is about the Act itself. Okay, we have already provided extensive remarks on the Act, but what is left now to be done is that we just have to look on how the Act is structured. First, the preamble to regulate the exercise by municipalities of their powers to impose surcharges on fees of services for services provided under Section 2291A of the Constitution. 2, to provide for the authorization of taxes, levies, and duties that the municipalities may impose under Section 2291B of the Constitution. And 3, to provide for matters connected here. That is pretty much the emblem of the Act. Okay, the definitions, we already know when we dealt with the Constitution that there are 3 municipality categories. So here, the first definition tells us that we've got 3 categories. That is category number A, municipality category B, municipality category C, and these are referred to Section 155 of the Constitution. You can go back to that class and you will see us dealing with Section 155. So the commission here means the Fiscal Commission, the Financial and Fiscal Commission, which is established by Section 20 of the Constitution. All right, and the Constitution, the minister means the Minister of Finance. Okay. Then the municipality financial year, we've already dealt with it, that it starts on the 1st of July and ends on the 30th of June. I think I made a mistake even myself there on the financial accounting period. I just want to check something here, what I said on this simple financial. Oh no, this is wrong, but this is right. Okay, I can see here. I think what I wanted to clarify here was that any financial period that ends in July starts in June. Okay, that's what I wanted. Hence, I've got 1 June here, and July. So it starts on the 1st of June and ends in July. Okay, so here, the 31st of July, you cannot have a financial statement and a financial year end ending 31st of July when it starts on the 1st of okay, 31st of July cannot be the year end of a financial year end that starts on the 1st of July. I think that's why I included that information there. All right, so start on the 1st of July, ends on the 31st of July. All right, start on the 1st of June, ends on the 31st of July. Okay, so what is important is that it is a 12-month period, so it must not be confused there. Okay, P. So we're still with the financial statement, financial year end with 1st July and ends on the 30th of June. Hence, the first quarter is July, August, September. Okay, we've got the meeting for municipalities during October. Okay, what is a municipal service? The Act explains what the municipal service. It says it's any of the local government matters listed in Part B of Schedule 4 and Part B of Schedule 5 of the Constitution. We have dealt with this when we were dealing with the Constitution. That is number 1. Any functions assigned to a municipality in accordance with Section 9 or 10 of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act. We're going to see what Section 9 or 10 when we're dealing with the Municipal Systems Act. Okay, all right, then identified by the minister by the notice of the Government Gazette. Then what is a municipal surcharge? A municipal surcharge, we already dealt with this when we were dealing with Circular 1 and 2. All right, What is the national economic policy? Includes the tax policy for the Republic of South Africa as determined by the national government. Why is this important? Remember, we already mentioned that the municipalities and the provincial entities, whatever they introduce as taxes, it must not interfere with the national policy. The object of the act are to promote predictability. We've already talked about this. Ensure that to ensure that municipalities do not exercise their powers in the manner that will materially and unreasonably prejudice national economic policies. We've already dealt with this on the circulars and from the Constitution, and effectively oversee the exercise of municipal fiscal powers by the municipalities, okay, and to provide for an appropriate division of fiscal power so that people know what they are authorized to do. Authorization of municipality rates, municipality taxes that the municipalities may impose. So you cannot impose a tax that has been not authorized, and also to regulate exercise by municipalities of their powers to impose taxes only if they are authorized. The application of the act. This act applies to municipal surcharges and municipal taxes only. As you have seen previously, there's been an important emphasis that the municipality property rates are not governed by this act, so there must be no confusion there. Authorization of municipality taxes. The minister may, of his or her own accord, on application in terms of Section 5 of a municipality, group of municipalities, and Wara, approve or authorize a tax. So that is happening in section number 4. The Commission must, within 3 months from the date on the date of any consultation referred to in terms of section 2A2, all right, submit its view on the proposed tax in writing to the minister. So part of the consultation that is happening there. Remember, we agreed previously that between the April and May 2009, the minister may consult with relevant people. Even now, if the municipality approve or authorizes a certain tax for the approval of the minister, this step will still happen. The minister authorizes a tax by a prescribed regulation contemplated in section 6. Number 5, application for authorization. A municipality or related parties must submit an application to the minister with the which the application must set out all those details there, as we have seen in the previous annex charts. Okay, give particulars of any consultation with the South African Revenue Service, which is more or less, we have seen South African Revenue Service when we're dealing with the provincial taxes and any other collecting agent contemplated in section 7 regarding the administration of the proposed tax. Okay. Then number 2, if the minister intends authorizing the municipal tax in respect of which an application was submitted, these are what the minister must do in that regard. And if the minister intends to disapprove the tax, this is what must be done, and that is stated in section 5. Okay, here section 6 is also a detailed section as well. All right, section number 7 is talking about the collection of municipality taxes. Okay, a municipality authorized to impose a municipality tax is the collecting agent. Remember, when we dealt with the provincial tax, we said the collecting agent is the South African Revenue Service. Here we are told that the municipality will be a collecting agent themselves. Section 9 deals with norms and standards there. Section 8 deals with norms and standards. Section 9 deals with the obligation of the municipality in respect of charges. Most importantly, Section 9.2 says Section 75A23 of the Municipal Systems Act relating to the manner which fees, charges, tariffs, levies, and how the resolution that in respect of those must be made known to the public, applied charges required by the context in which the municipality such charges are applied. Okay, then here we're told that a municipality must annually, as part of the budgeting process, review any municipality surcharges. That is an obligation in terms of section 9 there. Section 10 talks about general and important. We've highlighted that the minister must regularly, but at least once every 5 years, review regulations made under this act and any municipality tax authorized by the regulation. Okay, the amendments, here are the amendments to the act that are required, and the transition in terms of section 12 has already been dealt with in terms of important presentation in this teaching. All right, then that takes care of P, which is now number 2 of the video, and then that means that we've done video 1 of 2. Now we've dealt with video 2 of 4. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go to video 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'm so sorry about electricity glitches, because when electricity comes back, my computer just shakes, and it takes time for me to close off my computer, and it makes my presentation to be shaking as well. But nonetheless, these are the challenges that we need to face, but we need to get the work done. Thank you for your patience. I hope that as the electricity network stabilizes, everything is gonna go well. Thank you so much. See you in video 3 of 4.